Hey, everybody. Welcome. Good afternoon and welcome to this Author Masterclass, which is all about the 6S belief system for authors, right? And I have never been so excited or more prepared. By the way, if you're watching me live, please say hello so I know who's with me and we're having a real human conversation. And if you catch me on the replay, please comment #replay. Yeah. And also, please share in your juicy nuggets, which you're getting from the training. Okay. So in this training today, we are going to dig really deep into the key philosophies, the key principles that it takes to establish, to own your worth, and to really create an authoritative positioning in the industry, right? Because who here has felt like, they're hustling in the business, hustling continuously and trying to do everything that there is. They've tried all the possible strategies, but constantly find themselves at the failure end. And if you have experienced anything like that, I want to remind you, I want to tell you, it's not that you're failing. It might just be a case of not seeing clearly, or not noticing the evidence, not noticing the wins that are there, or you might be just stopping too soon. And today, in the 6S belief system, I want to unpack for you, and maybe, through these 6 belief systems, you might find a very simple tweak, a small shift in your way of approaching things, approaching book writing, approaching your messaging, and that might just change the entire game. So I have tried to keep the training a good blend of inspiration and action, because it's actionable August. It has to be actionable, right? However, that said, the responsibility for action, right? It lies with you, right? So you can have all the accountability buddies in the world and still not get anything done because you're just so hell-bent on rebelling against the system, rebelling in the name of creativity, rebelling in the name of innovation, right? So if you're playing the rebel in your life and business, because of which your book is a bit stuck right now, or you keep changing your book topics, you keep jumping from one thing to the other, then this is probably for you, okay? Either ways, pop by, say hello, and you will get a thing or two, right? So let's get started. And first things first, so just this morning as I woke up, I read a post by Liz Gilbert, that is Elizabeth Gilbert, and she wrote about Toni Morrison, the famous writer, inspirer. She was a Nobel laureate winner, and she passed away. It's really like the world has lost a gem from its crown. And in the post by Liz, she actually described 2 of her memorable memories, from Tony's award-winning, speech. So this lady, Toni Morrison, basically, she won a Nobel Award for literature. And when someone asked her, how does it feel, when you got the call, how did you respond, to the fact that you have been chosen for the Nobel Award? And this is what she said: this is not the time to be humble. This is not the time to be humble. This is the time to have an enormous party and celebrate with people I love at the expense of others. That's slightly on a lighter note, but this is not the time to be humble. Okay. Hey, Pratik. Nice to see you here. So, anyways, there's one more of a very powerful quote by Tony, which I want to start on the note of. And that goes like this: you want to fly, you got to give up the shit that weighs you down. Okay. So the whole intention of this class is that we are creating 6 amazing belief systems for ourselves, right? But if we have contradicting beliefs which keep weighing us down, then what's the point of this whole exercise? So I know it's easier said than done, but today, as you're entering this class, give yourself an opportunity to just, start with a clean slate. Okay. I hope the connection is all right and you can see me all right. You can, right? Just give me 1 second. Okay. I can only hope you can see me all right. Oh, so someone just commented I'm having internet trouble. I hope it's at their end and not mine. Can you just say a hello or something if you can hear me, see me all right? Pratik, I see you're online. If you can just type something. Anyways, I will trust that this is going fine, and I'll just get started with the first S. Okay. So the first S is the self. Okay. I'm going to make some notes for you guys. The first S is the self, right? And here's the thing. This just came to my mind this morning. Self can be the sabotage or self can be the salvation, right? So it's up to you, it's up to me, it's up to us to choose what we want ourselves to be. You can be your worst critic and you can be your best supporter as well. Hey Lynn, so good to have you here. Finally you're here. So the first S is self. Now foraging, stop foraging externally. Stop. The first thing that you have to believe in is yourself, and there are so many affirmations around being complete and whole, but I would say don't go for don't even aspire to be complete and whole. Whatever you have is enough. Like, not everyone has the skills or the expertise to be everything, right? And so the affirmation that I love the most is all I need is within me now. And if we put it in the context of your book, then all the content, all the stories, all the inspiration that you need to write your first book or your next book is within you now. Only if you trust and if you look within rather than foraging outside, right? Now, foraging means the search of wild food. Animals do that for their survival. Squirrels do that. They forage for nuts, they dig, and it's a survival skill. It's a great skill. But when done unresourcefully, because when humans, they keep on looking for content, resources, support, reliance, right? Now, reliance, seeking help, we will come to this in a bit. Asking for help is a great thing. But not doing anything after the help is received, that's what, just like being on an endless journey, endless quest for collecting more and more stuff, gathering more and more evidence. rather than believing that, yes, I have it in me right now, right? So that's the first belief in yourself. Yeah, what else? This actually reminds me of a couple of stories, right? And it also ties in the concept of responsibility. So I remember this was from many years ago when I was in school. One day, one of my teachers said, I'm going to share with you a secret of how to eat apples, and you're never going to eat a plain apple ever again. And every one of us was like, wow, what's that going to be like, you know? So she actually told us that, you know, cut an apple, sprinkle some, you know, lemon juice over it, and a little bit of salt, right? And if you have an apple like that, you're never going to have a plain apple again. It just enhances the flavor of the apple so much. And it does, right? But here's the thing. When I went home and I did it for the first time, I loved it, but I felt this is too much effort. Like, that's not fair. You didn't tell me there's work involved. You just told me that apples are going to become super tasty, but you didn't tell me I have to do the work. I have to sprinkle lemonade, like lemon juice, and I have to sprinkle the salt. So I wanted the results, but I was not willing to put in the work. And, you know, silly me, I was believing for a long time that I was cheated, you know, that this woman showed me a better way without telling me that I have to now walk the path, right? I don't know if you can see me, if you can hear me, please can someone say hello, please? Just type something, a hi. Because I am going to try switching to my mobile internet. So bear with me if you experience a little bit of disruption. Hi, Cassie.